But it worked for China for a long time, so whatever. Not our problem. Oh, hey, people we know are. Okay. Now, the next one we have to talk about is the teaching of Lao Tzu, which ended up being collected into the Tao Te Ching, or the Way of the Tao. Obviously, we're going to be talking about Taoism here. Taoism is a philosophy that focuses on water. Not the drinking of water, not the consumption of water, nothing like that. It focuses almost entirely on acting as water. So if you meet an obstacle, you don't meet that obstacle head on. You just find a way around the obstacle. You don't let things slow you down. Don't let things bog you down. And it was a philosophy that focused heavily on sort of going with the flow and just seeing what happens and riding the wave out. Very hippie, very hippie. Um, it was. We're also not sure about Lao Tzu. Funny thing about the pre. Uh, Jesus Christ. Ugh. Yeah, that actually. Funny thing about pre Common Era, we just don't know a whole lot about Chinese history before then because all of the documents and everything are either lost or broken. The best we have is a series of historical texts from Shima Qian, I want to say? No, Shima. I can't actually remember. One of the Shima clan. The Shima clan have many people throughout the ages that document the historical aspects of Chinese culture. Um, Impressive reads, if nothing else. I don't know what happened to our game. This is bullshit. Alright, fine, whatever. So we're going to close this down real quick and bring it back up. Hopefully that fixes our problem. If not, we switch to a different game. Probably Rogue Legacy because it's always the backup. It doesn't require a whole lot of thought, and I can just talk and not care. Okay, it's not starting back up. This is frustrating. But yeah, so Taoism, yeah, it's not starting back up. I guess we're going to Rogue Legacy today. Didn't see that coming. Come on. So, yeah, sorry about the inconvenience here, folks. We're just going to hop over to a different game and call it a day. So, where were we? Ah, yes. So, Taoism also had a person similar to Mencius in Chuang Tzu, which obviously he wasn't the founder. Oh, just a second. I gotta reposition stuff. I changed the way that I handle certain games and certain the aspect ratio. In fact, I changed the way that I handle the aspect ratio, and it's made things a little weird. Not gonna lie. Okay, that's irritating. I'll have to fix that later. But whatever, we got it. It's a little stretched right now, but I apologize for that. I'll fix it some other time. But anyway, where were we? Ah, yeah, Chuang Tzu. So Chuang Tzu, he's not really. He's attributed with a lot of information regarding Taoism, but he's not actually attributed with any individual words in the Tao Te Ching. He's not attributed to any of that. All of that is still attributed to Lao Tzu. However, a quote that is regularly attributed to Lao Tzu is actually one of Chuang Tzu's, which goes a little bit something like this. Well, hold on. Okay. It exemplifies the way that Taoist philosophy works. And it's a little weird. A lot of people are really into it. But basically it goes something like this. I'm going to just walk away from that one for real quick. One night, Chuang Tzu dreamed of being a butterfly. A happy butterfly, showing off and doing things as he pleased, unaware of being Chuang Tzu. Suddenly, he awoke, drowsily as Chuang Tzu again. And he could not tell whether it was Chuang-Tzu, who had dreamt the butterfly, or the butterfly dreaming Chuang-Tzu. So that's the general idea of Taoism. You're like, it's a that poem is a metaphysical like question that you're not supposed to actually be concerned about answering. You just crap, a lot of dudes in here. You're just supposed to read it and accept it and go on with your day, which exemplifies everything that is Taoist philosophy. You're not, just take things as they come, don't make a big deal out of everything, and accept things for what they are. Obviously, they are not terribly big on learning. Not like, stone you kind of thing. They're basically what people kind of assume Buddhists are. Very loosey-goosey, go with the flow kind of thing. Which is fine. But, I mean, people have Buddhism wrong. That's just not how it works. They're also... Oh! One last thing. Taoism is also responsible for this concept of yin and yang that crops up a lot in Eastern-styled videos and things like that. Eastern-style mythology, Eastern-style... Where the hell? Eastern-style mythology, Eastern-style thought, things like that. Basically anything that wants to pretend it's Eastern and also pretentious. This idea obviously being that good and evil are not separate concepts, but things that require one another to actually function and to actually be real. The only problem is a lot of people who use this concept tend to forget that good has evil in it and evil has good in it. So they tend to use it as a weird binary kind of situation when it's never really intended for that. Oh shit, what am I playing as? So we end up with a lot of confusion over very simple concepts, which is always disappointing. Like, these things happen though. Third in our little exploration here is legalism. It's probably one you've never heard of before, but you've heard of the things that it involves, the names that it invokes. So, right, we already unlocked Dragon. So let's just take a look at this real quick. So the main one of the main philosophers that people actually know about behind legalist thinking is actually Sun Tzu. A lot of people know about this, know about Sun Tzu, but they don't realize that he has an entire philosophy built around his concepts and his teachings, which is no big surprise, honestly. But we've got the Oval. Who gives a shit? So Sun Tzu is not the progenitor of legalism. He just is the one who is quoted the most, is remembered the most. Legalism is kind of this draconian Machiavellian kind of concept. Whatever you have to get order and order and obedience, really. Anything you have to do to get order and obedience from the people, and it works in some places, in others it doesn't. I mean, whatever. But it's a very tyrannical way of handling situations that relies a lot on strategy, relies a lot on fear, and legalism. I mean, his like I said, his work is The Art of War, which many people have read. It is a well-documented text of several ideas and concepts written in the Confucian style that talk about war and military training or military maneuvers and things like that, that can and usually is used in many different ways. This is a text used for marriage counseling. This is a text used for business practices. This is, God, it's used in everything. Like, people just really love this book. I can totally understand why. I read the crap out of it when I was a kid. I think I covered it, 8 times before I was done with middle school. It's a very interesting read if you ever get a chance to get around to it. But it also, as a philosophy for everyday life, or for governing, for handling human beings in general, it's got its fair share of issues. Damn it, fuck you.